This ABC 15 flash briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.
Good morning on a Tuesday. Nick Saletti here with our top headlines. We begin with the latest in Ukraine. Today marks day 6 of the violence. A convoy of Russian troops 40 miles long heading towards Ukraine's capital of Kyiv. The International Atomic Energy Agency said Russian troops are now approaching a nuclear plant in southern Ukraine. And more than 400 civilian casualties have been reported, but officials say that number could be much higher. It comes as 500,000 refugees have fled Ukraine. Standing with Ukraine here in Arizona, the nation's flag flying at the Arizona state capitol. And the Capitol Dome is going to be lit up yellow and blue every night this week in a show of solidarity. We're just hours away from the State of the Union address from President Joe Biden. Big topics tonight will include Ukraine and Russia, as well as the economy in the U.S. as consumers deal with record high inflation and gas prices.
What people will also hear from President Biden is his optimism and his belief in the resilience of the American people.
You can watch the State of the Union right here on ABC 15. That starts at 7 o'clock Arizona time, followed by the Republican response from Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds. Major League Baseball trying to save the full season. Overnight, the league extending labor agreements until 5 o'clock this evening in Florida. The season is supposed to start in 30 days, but the meetings continue there in Jupiter, Florida, and they ended around midnight our time. An entire week of negotiations between players and owners. I really hasn't seemed to move the needle at all here on these big money issues and getting spring training back on track. We spoke to an expert from the Society for American Baseball Research about these negotiations.
It just seems like the players have given the owners like 90% of what they want, and the owners just will not do it.
Monday was the original deadline in order to start the season on time, but it was missed. Opening day could still happen if something happens in the next 10 hours. Now to COVID-19. After so many infections from the Omicron variant, there are questions if we're finally reaching herd immunity against COVID-19. But infectious disease experts say it's an elusive concept that doesn't really apply to COVID.
What we also, though, know from the common cold coronaviruses is that immunity builds over time. And so, yes, you can get it over and over again, but generally you become less and less sick with the virus the more you've seen your immune system has seen it.
One model estimates 73% of Americans are immune to Omicron, and that number could actually rise to 80% by mid-March. A traffic alert to keep in mind this week. Mill Avenue is going to be closed between Rio Salado and University as crews repave the area for the streetcar line. The closures are expected to last through Friday. The city of Mesa is going to hand over the keys today to Olympian Jagger Eaton. The professional skateboarder is the first American to get an Olympic medal in skateboarding. It's happening at the Summer Tokyo Games, of course, and he brought home the bronze. Mayor John Giles will hand the key of the city over to Eaton this afternoon. Well, Sun star Cam Johnson, he had to pay up in lemonade there at the stand yesterday after hundreds of fans lined up to get a glass. Johnson honoring a Super Bowl bet he lost to Mikal Bridges. His teammates also showing up for a drink. Johnson raising $5,000 for Phoenix Suns charities.
10 p.m. most accurate forecast on this Tuesday. I'm meteorologist Iris Hermosillo. Things are heating up, and we're not going to be too far from the records. We're not going to hit them, it looks like, but it'll be close. 85 for a high today. The record stands at 89 degrees. And tomorrow, we're looking for a high of 87. The record is 90 degrees for tomorrow's date. Again, it looks like we're going to stay just shy of that 90-degree mark, but it is going to get warmer across the valley and across the state. A high of 85 today in Phoenix. Will reach 82 out in Casa Grande, mid-80s out at Lake Havasu, with 60s and 50s across that northern half of our state. Dry today, more sunshine, temperatures climbing into the upper 80s in Phoenix through midweek, even Thursday. But then we've got a big drop coming by Friday, and that's happening as we track a disturbance. One disturbance clipping by today, no rain, no snow. Then high pressure brings the heat, and then storm system number 1 comes our way Friday, bringing a chance for snow to the high country and a very slim chance for rain to the valley starting Friday. Cooler than this weekend.
For the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, go to ABC15.com or just download our free ABC 15 mobile app.
This ABC 15 flash briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.